go, Stairmaster. Good job.
This is Jez. Jez is a tripod. Whoa! It doesn't slow him down. Come back. There we go. When I met Jez, I could tell his leg was broken. His leg had clearly broken when he was an infant because it had already healed, and it had healed really improperly.
So this is a normal leg. That's the normal position his foot should be in. Functional. He's totally just sleeping through this. And then this leg, not so normal. So this leg was broken when he was an infant. So this is just like a big floppy foot that's not even remotely doing him any favors.
If you look at the x-rays, you can see that his leg really was misshapen. You know, that leg really was not able to be functional, so it was kind of this floppy thing hanging on. So I took him to an orthopedic specialist. We learned that there were basically 3 options. Option number 1, leave the leg as is, basically guarantee that eventually he would develop arthritis and a lot of discomfort. The second option was going in surgically, re-breaking the leg and resetting the bone, and he would have a 10-week recovery time, and worst of all, no guarantee that he actually would be able to walk properly on it. Because his leg had broken when he was so young, the bones and ligaments didn't really form properly. So even with surgery, there was no guarantee that the leg would be functional. Third option was amputation, and this was the option we were heavily advised to take. So given the option between putting him through something very, very painful that was in no way guaranteed to work, or the option of delaying the inevitable, or the option of doing an amputation surgery now and knowing that he'll be okay for the rest of his life, we chose that option. Now I know for some people that sounds really intense, but I have to tell you there's kind of this running joke with veterinarians and rescuers that cats are born with an extra leg because they actually really do quite well as a tripod. Cats with 3 legs can live perfectly healthy, normal lives. Of course, the older they are when that happens, the longer it takes for them to adjust. So his surgery was set for once he hit 2 pounds, and his surgery happened 1 week ago. Jez is 7 days past his amputation surgery, and he's looking beautiful. It's healing really, really nicely. And that's 7 days of being on bed rest, pain medication, and antibiotics just to make sure that everything heals well and no infections. But 7 days later, I'm so very proud of how he looks. I wanted to make just a quick video about my experience with his amputation because I think that I would have gotten a lot of value out of being able to hear someone else's experience. If you're going through something like this, first of all, I want you to be assured that kittens really do recover quickly. They can blow you away with how much they can do on just 3 legs. But I also want to be honest with you because so many people said to me, amputation, no big deal, don't worry about it. And I think I had not emotionally prepared myself for what it was like to see my kitten with his limb missing for the first time. So I guess my big piece of advice is if this is something you go through, just like mentally prepare yourself that it might be a little jarring when you first see your kitten after surgery. After surgery, they're going to be quite out of it because it's a major surgery. They're going to be on some serious pain medications, and they're going to have this combination of having just lost their limb, which is confusing, and also being on heavy sedatives, which is also confusing. So after surgery, it was pretty alarming to me how disoriented he seemed. I had that moment of just like feeling so empathetic and hurting, like genuinely hurting for him. But I have to say that passed really quickly because even within a couple hours, he was up and starting to walk around.
Good job!
If you look at old footage of him, he kind of already moved like a tripod because he couldn't use that leg. So now he was moving the same way, he just didn't have a big floppy limb in the way. And within a few hours, I felt really reassured that we had made the right decision and that he was going to do well. When you're preparing to bring home a kitten who just had amputation surgery, I definitely recommend making any accommodations in the home. We moved our mattress off of our bed and put it on the floor so that he could still sleep with us and access us. As he's getting more active, we have some steps that he can walk on to help him get up to different surfaces. We want to try to restrict their movement, make sure they're on good pain management. He has been on pain medication for 7 days now, and that's about the appropriate amount of time for a surgery like this. Now the incision is pretty large. You want to make sure you're looking at it throughout the day, checking if anything changes. If you see anything that's concerning, like bleeding or pus or an incision opening, you want to take them back to the vet right away. The skin is so amazing and it wants to heal itself. So just by keeping it clean and keeping an eye on it, you start to see within a couple days it really is looking so good. Jez is allowed to do a little bit more movement. He did the stairs for the first time this morning. Good job! Let's go, come on! He's starting to play again.
What you doing, little maniac?
Tripod cats may be considered special needs, but honestly, they're not that different from a cat that has 4 legs. He can still jump up onto stuff, jump down from stuff, get himself into every single place that he desires. He zooms around the house so fast you would have no idea that he was missing a limb. And you know, the truth is, he still has 1 more leg than I do. Good job, Jez. You did a great job. You still got your pounce. He's honestly one of the most precious little babies I think I've ever fostered, and going through this with him has just made me closer to him. He loves nursing on t-shirts. And ears and lips and pretty much anything you'll let him nurse on.
Get in there, buddy.
Live your truth, baby boy.
He loves his friend Emmett, the pig. And he is not slowed down by the loss of his limb. If you're about to go through amputation surgery for a kitten, I want you to know that your kitten will do great. They will have a wonderful life, but I also want you to be prepared that it is a major surgery. There is a period of healing, and it's okay if their energy is a little bit low for a couple of days. That's a good thing. You want your kitten to take the time to heal so that later on they can be their normal, pouncy, lovely self again. Good job. He says, I don't need no stinking 4th leg. I can kick my kicker toys. I can pounce on stuff. Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Jez, you're an angel from heaven. You're an angel from heaven above.